My uncle was a gay rights activist in the 90s, and he had the first FM radio show on WFNX in Boston to be a queer program. It ran in the very coveted time slot of 10 p.m. to 1:30 a.m. That's right, they had a 3.5 hour show. So the co-hosts were my uncle, Michael Smith, and Mary Breslauer. It was a gay and a lesbian. He was a club kid. She was a professor talking about gay and lesbian issues of the day. In 1992, right when, Don't Ask, Don't Tell reared its ugly head. And he was very candid on this show. He spoke about his status as an HIV positive man at a time when that was very, not accepted. He died 3 years later, but I want to talk about him today. What the show was like, his legacy, and one very funny article my aunt sent me of do's and don'ts of gay pride. So starting with my uncle, he was the youngest of six. My dad was the eldest of six. And he was a wonderful guy who, would, just show up. He would deliver donuts to the family. He would go to work soup kitchens on the holidays. And he was an outspoken gay person at a time when that was very hard. He did local stand-up and made jokes about his family and about being gay. One of the first guests on 1 in 10, the radio program, was Lea DeLaria. He was supposed to open for her when she went on tour, but sadly died before that point. I've wanted to connect with Lea DeLaria. I reached out to her manager a long time ago and I didn't follow up, but this is an aside, but I would hope to talk to her one day and just ask her a little bit about my uncle, because he died when I was very young and I didn't know him as an out gay person. But yeah, the show would talk about gay issues of the day and anything from just who does the dishes in a gay relationship to serious talks about legislation. And when it comes to the legacy of the show, what I find really interesting is that they had a very young audience, and not even always a gay audience. They would have straight people call in, sure, questioning, but when Columbine happened, kids called in scared, saying they were afraid to go back to school. And when it came to Gay Youth Pride, people just treated my uncle and Mary like rock stars. The show ran for 10 years total, even though my uncle died after 3 years of the show. And it just spoke to so many issues of the day and needs people had, and really made people feel like being gay was okay at a time when that was less what people felt. When my uncle came out, he was told that he was supposed to be a priest because that was the only acceptable way for him to live his life. And then for him to have fought for what he did and done what he did and spoken the way he did, I'm again sad I didn't get to know him as an adult, because he seemed like he was a very impactful person. However, I do have something of his, which my aunt sent me a few years ago. This was an article he wrote about gay pride do's and don'ts. And what I find funniest about this is, as you'll hear, the language is very shockingly similar to today. Maybe it's just because Paris is Burning has informed a lot of vocab, but I would like to read this to you, so bear with me. It's long, but it's very funny, I think. It's June in Boston. The trees all have leaves. That last mound of snow in the Chestnut Hill parking lot is melted, and outdoor cafes are more abundant than parking spaces on Newbury Street. That didn't hold up. It is the season of activities that take place in the brilliant sunshine. The highlight of our June, and consequently yours, was to be Gay Pride Day. For those of you who've never quite understood this event, perhaps the words of comedian Kate Clinton will help. While their groups just march, gay people parade. Bearing this in mind, here are some simple do's and don'ts to make the day more enjoyable. Don'ts. Don't yell, F-slur, unless you have a nihilistic desire to be kicked to death with Doc Martens's. Similarly, do not yell, "Hey Mary," unless you want to become the focus of every boy within 4 square blocks. That's "Hey Mary," I still say that when I want to be focused on. Don't dress without a full-length mirror handy. That's good advice. Items of apparel to avoid are Rush Limbaugh for president, I dated Camille Paglia t-shirts, act up stickers on your nipples for women, and diamond shoulder sweep drop earrings on your nipples for men. Given the length of the march in the day, flimsy sandals are probably a bad choice for footwear, as are spike heels. Going out on our usual limb, we are gently asking that all lavender garb be left at home. Sure. Don't forget deodorant. Yeah, that's a good one. Conversely, it's not your responsibility to leave a vapor trail of Calvin Klein fragrance. Sure. Don't start the day fighting with your significant other. The theme of the day is togetherness, so celebrate our diversity, don't add to it. Similarly, act playful, not wasted. We also don't advise loudly dissing your ex-lovers from atop a moving parade float. You'd be surprised at how much pain a well-aimed, vigorously thrown Evian bottle can inflict. Ask Michael, he knows. I didn't know Michael was messy. Or maybe he was the victim of the bottle throwing. I don't know. He could have gone either way from what I knew then. Don't read the hetero parade watchers. To them, the gay pride parade is like a big petting zoo. They can participate in the environment without having to become part of it. Any nasty comments from these folks should be met with our favorite cutting retort. Thank you, accompanied by an icy stare and a feral smile. Let's see if I can answer that. Thank you. Ooh, even I'd freak me out. Okay, now we get to the do's. Do yell and yell loudly. We suggest the following. Work that float, Miss Thang. Put your shirt back on. What's your phone number? And rev that Harley, girl. I like the ones that don't hold up as much. Remember, it's the thought that counts. Do dress for the day. Sunscreen is de rigueur since God never rains on Gay Pride Day, but also Parade Day. Pick out something functional from Comme des Garçons, like the boys, sure, The Gap, or City Sports. Just cool it with the lavender. We're serious about this. A water bottle, preferably not filled with vodka and tonics, is handy for both drinking and throwing. Ask Keith. He's the one who took over on the radio show, actually. The cardinal rule of the day, all precautions are to avoid farmer tan. Do get in the face of any television news crew that seems to be focusing exclusively on drag queens or lesbians in leather. Make a game of it. Award points to the lucky queers who out themselves on channels 4, 5, 7, and 56. Bonus points if this outing gets picked up nationally and or is the first inkling mom and dad have of orientation. Oh my goodness. Do celebrate with pride. Although there are a number of fabulous parties pumping up the weekend, our hands-down favorite has got to be the Gay Rights Grassroots Fund block party on Saturday afternoon. The perfect place for both gay people and their friends to get caught up in the energy of the day. This ranks as one of the 2 best gay parties of the year. The other is the Human Rights Campaign Fund Dinner in October. Third place goes to the invitation-only Smith Orr stuff our stockings with cash and enjoy the fondue fete held every December. Oh, I never got to my uncle's fondue party. That's too bad. Do use gay pride as a springboard for political and social action for the rest of the year. The following groups are only a few of the many that hold a special place in our hearts. Boston Alliance of Gay and Lesbian Youth, the Breast Cancer Coalition, the Hospice at Milton Hill, Community Solvings, and Pink Flamingos. We naturally will be on hand for the festivities. Smith will be highly visible, hosting the Thursday night movie on the Esplanade and the Gay Pride Rally on the Common with Men's Flower, or we'll be at both events right up in the front row with a water bottle. We hope you'll be watching. So that's what my uncle wrote about gay pride in Boston. Like I said, a lot of the wisdom does seem to hold up. My husband's home, so I'm gonna cut this off now. But yeah, I am very proud of what my uncle stood for, proud of what he fought for. Sad that he died of AIDS and I didn't get to know him longer, but he did a lot of good while he was alive. And, sorry, got a text message from my boyfriend. Husband, oh, sometimes I forget to say it. And yeah, with your pride parades, have fun. Remember to yell, "Hey Mary," if you want to be focused on, and don't get farmer tan and don't wear lavender. I think those are all the lessons I was supposed to teach you all. The phone's slipping, we'll call it there. Thank you so much, everybody. Happy Pride. Take care.